Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Today I wanted to talk about GamesCom Hype, but also a boatload of FAQs or frequently asked questions that I get asked about Alpha 3.0, release dates, mechanics, myself and my channel. Gamescom Hype. So Gamescom is rapidly approaching with Star Citizen's Gamescom presentation next Friday, the 25th of August, live on twitch.tv/Star Citizen from 9 PM CEST. Tune in and watch that. There is a staggering amount of hype, but CIG do need to deliver at this show. CitizenCon 2016's Planets demo was amazing, but the show caused disappointment as the Squadron 42 vertical slice was expected, but never appeared. Matthew Interari, the principal ship technical artist for CIG, basically he oversees ships and their implementation, said on Facebook that Gamescom was their biggest reveal yet, and there were big surprises to come. So there's a lot we might see at Gamescom. Alpha 3.0 gameplay is almost 100% assured, but we're going to see the 600i concept cell possibly, and a much wider ship cell. And then beyond that, we could see capital ship combat, the Squadron 42 vertical slice, which would be around 30 to 60 minutes of gameplay, showing off what Squadron 42 has to offer, but probably no gameplay spoilers and no story spoilers. Procedural cities have been talked about a lot, but not shown, so we might see that. An up-to-date roadmap taking us to Star Citizen's beta and Squadron 42 Episode 1's release plans. Expanded ground combat, base building, game mechanics like jumping between systems actually visualised and working somehow or shown off. Medical stuff, salvage, mining mechanics, character customization. We also might see expanded biomes for planets and alien creatures and NPCs, which have been severely lacking on those planets at the moment. Maybe even subsumption with NPC crewmen, so we actually might get a capital ship or a large ship with NPC crewmen that work, and intelligent actions or the economy in action, stuff like that. We're certainly going to see a lot of unseen gameplay, and it's not just going to be constrained to Alpha 3.0. With expectations high this year, because they have to be, it's going to be a great show. I shall be hosting a pre-show and live commentary of the event on my Twitch and YouTube channel at twitch.tv/BoredGamer UK, or on my YouTube channel from around 8 PM CEST until after the show. Stay tuned for that. If I've got stuff to give away, we'll give it away. But we'll talk throughout. That will be the idea. So some frequently asked questions that I get asked all the time. When is 3.0 coming out? We don't know. The burn schedule each week tracks the progress of the last blockers that need to be solved before it can be released to Eva Carty. Realistically, this is going to be between 2 and 6 weeks, so expect possibly a live build at the end of September, if there are no crazy blockers. But, well, it remains to be seen. We track that every Saturday. There will be an update on the news on my channel, going through exactly what's going on with that. When is Squadron 42 coming out? Well, there are 3 games to Squadron 42, Episode 1, 2, and 3. All of them are fully AAA titles and need to be seen as totally separate things. Lots of gameplay in each, but people really mean Squadron 42 Episode 1 when they talk about Squadron 42 at the moment. And Squadron 42 will appear on the official schedule report with estimated dates and more info in the future, but at the moment has no hard release date. Differences between Gamescom and CitizenCon. Gamescom, for me, has the best info drop and info dump of the year, and is focused on kind of everyone, getting lots of people into the game, getting people to understand Star Citizen, and gives you roadmaps and stuff. CitizenCon looks much more at Squadron 42 when it does stuff, and is much more of a celebration for backers that are already there. Though they're likely to just, because Squadron 42 and 3.0 are very close to release, or getting closer to release as it were, they're much more likely to bring these two more similarly together, and both being big shows of what the game can do. We will have the ability to lock ships in 3.0, has been confirmed, as well as breaching and boarding being in 3.0 as well. So enemies won't just be able to walk into your ship without taking time to blow open the door or hack the doors. Stolen ships will remain persistent on players' accounts that steal them. Players can claim a lost ship back via insurance, so you're not losing them permanently or anything, but people can keep them until they lose them, sort of thing, as well. Ejecting pretty much anywhere on a moon's atmosphere in 3.0 will lead to death, and you'll fall downwards if you're in a moon's gravity. Entering a planet or a moon's gravity can be dangerous. Speed and angle is important. Gravity will affect the way your ship flies in atmosphere, as will the atmosphere itself. Gravity will vary on each of the moons and planets in the game. You will have access to much more customization of ships in Alpha 3.0. Item System 2.0 that comes out with Alpha 3.0 as well, giving much more functionality to ships and items. But there are also going to be more items in general and systems to purchase for your ship. So more weapons, shield generators, engines. These are all going to be purchasable in-game with Alpha UEC that you'll get from completing missions or other tasks, and then you'll be able to customize your ships with them. The Redeemer. So the Redeemer gunship will be getting a rework and getting added to the game as flyable at some point, but it's not a priority on the list because possibly the Vanguard Hoplite has taken a similar role to it, or it's possible that CIG are working on another gunship as well. For those that don't know, the Redeemer was the winner of the competition called the Next Great Starship. CIG ran in 2014. Paul Delassie was on the winning team, the Four Horsemen, and now works at Foundry 42 UK as a vehicle and ship artist. Paul is the most likely person to be redesigning that ship, and apparently he wanted to, so he will be doing that at some point. He will be redesigning the ship. I haven't forgotten about the Redeemer, but it's not a priority at all. So I expect it 2018. I would expect it in the latter half of 2018 personally, but we'll have to wait and see. They do want to make sure that the Redeemer is made, but there are other priorities at the moment. Concept sales. So we know there's unlikely to be any other combat fighters on concept sale this year. We have the 600i, which is that luxury lot, coming next. We've heard about the Sabre Raven. They just kind of briefly mentioned it. Another vehicle from Tumbrel will be coming before the end of the year. Possibly some other smaller ships that are going to be role specific for like repair and salvage, stuff like that. Tugboats. Possibly. There is a game-changing ship that will go on concept sale at some point. But once it's been talked about by CIG, I will make that clear what that was and stuff like that as well. So I'm not going to just like, oh, maybe it's been talked about or not. As soon as it's been announced by CIG, I'll talk about it. Star Citizen and Squadron 42 will have VR support at some point in the future. And what I get asked reasonably often as well is, why do I say everything instead of everything? So that's actually quite common where I'm from in Hampshire. It might just be where some of my friends and family speak. And if it bothers you, Denibor, listening to or watching Scottish or Irish channels, because it'll blow your mind. It's regional stuff and just the way that I talk. So apologies for anyone that was heavily affected by that. The referral competition. So the referral competition has ended, and the Star Kitten Dragonflies and t-shirts have been attributed to players' accounts. With referrals, you should see all the 1 to 10 rewards in your account, in your hangar there. Other ships might not appear on the website in your hangar, but will be available on your account as soon as they become fly ready. So that will be like the Glaive as well, if you've got that reward unlocked. And there will be some new obtainable rewards soon, apparently between the 1 and 20 recruit mark, and it looks like they'll probably be retroactively rewarded most likely as well. We'll have to wait and see about them though. I'm all up for obtainable rewards. Referral stuff's fine as long as they're obtainable, and I prefer them to not really go for ships but go for some pretty stuff like hangar flare and that sort of stuff. I think that's probably what referrals should be about. Anyway, every month we give away a ship. For August, it's a Nox Q. All you need to do is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and come on any of my Star Citizen videos during that month. Do you have any questions about Alpha 3.0, about Gamescom, about CitizenCon, about Squadron 42, or Star Citizen's development in general? A special thank you to all of my Patreons who allow me to create the amount of content I do. If you are interested in becoming one of them, you can find the link to Patreon below, as well as everything else we've talked about, and I'll link all the details of Gamescom and all that sort of stuff so you can track during the week, because they are going to be live streaming throughout next week. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps me, and I will see you in the verse.